two snakes inside a small aquarium. Because he's a sadistic individual who likes to use animals for his own personal entertainment. Surprisingly enough, it's the cobra that eats the python and not the other way around. After hours of waiting, this king cobra finally gets a ride from this Komodo dragon. The cobra had been hitchhiking and the Komodo was nice enough to pick it up. But the snake, pretending to be nice at first, tried killing the Komodo. I'm surprised the Komodo hasn't eaten the snake yet. The Komodo doesn't seem to be in pain, but it's not doing anything to get out of the situation either. A venomous cobra leaves its lair, drawn to the scent of hatching crocodile eggs. When it comes upon a nest, the cobra discovers another predator is already on the premises. A monitor lizard stands his ground and isn't going to give the cobra an inch without a fight. He tells the snake it's finders keepers. Even though the snake is venomous, it doesn't bother the reptile. They both size each other up and then try to intimidate the other by increasing their size. The cobra is poised to strike, and with that, the monitor lizard retreats, but not before taking a parting shot at the cobra. The cobra has the egg dinner all to himself, only the shells are empty. The monitor lizard has the last laugh this time. The battle was over even before it began. This king cobra attacks this monitor lizard and eventually injects its venom into the lizard before swallowing it whole, starting with the lizard's head. The Fanatic brings you all the best content you want to see when it comes to the animal kingdom. If you want to see the latest confrontations between animals and the best animal videos, please subscribe now. We post new videos every day for your entertainment. Number 11. Python versus Leopard. This leopard is no longer the lone assassin on the loose. There's a new dangerous animal on the loose, and it's approaching. The leopard returns home when the hunt fails and calls her youngster, but there is no response. Something isn't right. The leopard recognizes the killer in less than a second, an African rock python. As she attacks her cub's killer, the female leopard puts her own life in jeopardy. The python hides among the thorns, but the leopard is undeterred. Her perseverance comes off at long last. The leopard is ready for the following round after the injured python finally moves. She waits until the python exits the cave. But there isn't a fight. The snake is forced to give up its well-earned meal due to a built-in reflex. When pythons are under duress, they regurgitate their meal to shed the excess weight and make a quick escape. The leopard has given up the attack and has discovered her dead cub, which the python has left behind. These two leopards appear to have discovered something wriggling in the undergrowth in this video. A closer look reveals it to be a python. Cats will constantly tap on something they are unfamiliar with, whether it is a huge cat or a domestic cat, just to get an idea of what it is. One of these leopards then rolls around on the floor as if it wants to play with the python, but it quickly understands the python is not a toy and bolts. Number 10. Python versus deer. In the world of predators, patience is a virtue. While waiting for a meal to get within striking distance, a snake shuts down its physiological functions to conserve energy. There's nothing left but a pilot light, and it could be weeks before it gets fixed. Mammals all around it look to be using a great deal of energy compared to the snake. When a snake must travel rapidly, it may move at breakneck speeds. A group of hunters are treated to an unusual sight as they come across a python eating a blessbok. They came just as the snake is about to devour the blessbok's head, and the python gobbles the entire blessbok in less than 5 hours. The next day, it was still there, undisturbed, with a massive figure in its stomach. The video was sped up 8 times to show the complete process of how the python swallowed the blessbok, as well as the snake's strength and power as it squeezed the blessbok's entrails apart so it could fit within its mouth. This is extremely unusual footage, but these hunters were fortunate enough to get a glimpse of it. Like many predators, the python hunts in the darkness. It has sensors in its snout that can detect whether prey is close by. In a two-pronged attack, the python grips victims with its jaws and then utilizes bondage as a second weapon. With each extension, the python tightens its grasp on the springbok. Each breath becomes shallower as the python tightens its grip until death by strangling happens. The jaws are putting on a show right now. Pythons consume their prey whole, beginning with the head rather than chewing or dismembering it. This python has one of the largest stomachs ever seen, and it can go a year without eating after this. Once its prey has been trapped, a snake can take its time eating. A deer is being devoured by this huge python. A python kills its prey by wrapping its coils around it and squeezing it until it can't breathe any longer, yet it takes time to consume its meal. The deer will be eaten head first since it is much easier that way. Number 9. Python versus dog. Dogs have the same edge over snakes as big as cats have. They can attack from above and have powerful jaws. Yet while big snakes are more powerful and have the advantage of robust claws, dogs can still deal with snakes quite well. I'm not sure how often stray or wild dogs encounter pythons, but this dog appears to be in serious peril in this video. This python has its entire body wrapped around it, suffocating it. The dog is temporarily freed from the python's grip, but only for a few seconds until the python reclaims it. This dog is courageous and it starts biting at the serpent non-stop until the python lets go of the dog, which then manages to flee. That was one getaway I hadn't anticipated. This young man is attempting to save his puppy from a python in our following video. The python has the dog in its grip, and the man uses a stick to try to free the snake. Despite the snake's strength, the guy can rescue the dog after several efforts. Number 8. Python versus monkey. These adult monkeys stay on the lookout for danger. One of their deadliest threats is also one of the stealthiest. Its huge camouflage body disappears under a leaf litter. The snake senses warm-blooded prey. Indian pythons can grow up to 16 feet and can easily swallow a monkey whole. The python knows food is close and bides its time until the moment is right. The snake coils its muscular body around its victim until it suffocates and swallows the prey whole. Number 7. Python versus alligator. This python has started swallowing an alligator, and the entire animal is virtually within the snake's stomach in this thumbnail. It will take some time for the snake to digest the alligator once it has swallowed it. Burmese pythons are an invasive species from South Asia that has established themselves in the Florida Everglades.